You're setting yourself up for failure right now if you think that confidence equals the absence of fear. In fact, confidence is actually about moving forward despite having fear or doubt. And I know that can sound kind of impossible, right? Well, let's talk about 7 practical ways to build unshakable confidence and set you up for miraculous success. Hi, I'm Marci Shimoff. I'm a featured teacher in The Secret. I'm the author of Happy for No Reason and The Chicken Soup for the Woman Soul books, and I'm the creator of Your Year of Miracles. And over the years, I have learned that confidence isn't something that you're born with. It is something that you build. You build it day by day and step by step. And I consider this to be very good news. It's that magical ingredient that can really make all the difference in your life. So whether it's speaking up at work or setting boundaries with a family member or even asking for what you want or just feeling good in your own skin, confidence is key. But let's be honest, building unshakable confidence isn't easy for most of us, especially if you've had issues with self-love and self-worth in the past, or if you've ever felt like you're not enough or that you don't feel confident enough to really go for what you want. If that's the case, then this conversation is for you. So let's start with the first confidence builder, which is know and embrace your strengths. Know and embrace your strengths. Confidence begins with self-awareness. And when you know and you can claim what you're good at, it's really easier to feel confident in your abilities. So take some time, doesn't need to take long, but just reflect on what are your strengths. What are the things that you do well? Especially those things that feel like they're no big deal to you, but actually other people struggle with that. That's a strength of yours. Think about, what do other people praise you for? What do they ask you for your help on? It could be anything. Maybe you're a fabulous problem solver, or maybe you're a great storyteller, or maybe you have a knack for beauty or creativity. And this is a place to not be modest. This is really about recognizing and owning your strengths. I like to call this your brag on myself list. So I want you to write down 10 things that you're good at, even if they seem silly. You can write down qualities of yours or skills or accomplishments, whatever makes you feel really good about yourself. And I want you to keep this list handy and refer to it whenever you feel like you need a little bit of a confidence boost. It's really a great way to remind yourself of your awesomeness. And I will tell you, you have awesomeness. How do I know that? Everyone has awesomeness. All right, our second confidence booster is to take action even when you're feeling scared. Now, here's the thing. Confidence doesn't come from sitting on the sidelines. It comes from stepping in, from taking action, even when you feel nervous, even when you feel unsure of yourself. Really, the more you step outside of your comfort zone, and that feels uncomfortable, the more your confidence is going to grow. And it doesn't have to be about bold moves or big leaps or crazy drastic steps and changes. In fact, I am a very big fan of taking baby steps. So maybe it's trying something new that you've always been curious about, or you reach out to a neighbor who you haven't met yet. So, a little bit out of a comfort zone. Every small action that we take builds our confidence muscle. And when you take small actions, before you know it, you're going to be tackling the bigger challenges with more ease and with more confidence. I actually remember the first time that I was asked to speak in front of a larger audience. I'd spoken in front of 20 or 30 people, but never hundreds. And I remember I was in Iowa, and there were 250 people, women in the audience. It was at a women's event, and I was giving a talk on self-esteem, and I was terrified, and I almost turned it down. And I will tell you, that day when I stepped on stage, my heart was racing, my hands were sweaty. I was thinking, oh my God, what if this doesn't go well? I was looking at all the what ifs. What if I forget what I'm supposed to say, or they don't laugh at my jokes, or what if I really completely embarrass myself and let down the meeting planner who'd invited me? But, I sat with all of that, and I knew that if I didn't take that step, I would never grow. So I took in a lot of deep breaths and did some of the practices that I know to do to settle myself down. And I faced my fears and I did it. And was it perfect? No, but it was a huge confidence, really a big confidence builder. And it actually set the stage for so many more opportunities for the last, that was probably 30 something years ago, 35, 40 years ago. And it just set the stage for things like being invited to be in The Secret, traveling all around the world with speaking to audiences of thousands. I've spoken to an audience of 10,000. And if I had said no that day and kept on saying no, all of that wouldn't happen. So that brings me to the third confidence booster. And the third confidence booster is to embrace failure as a learning opportunity. And this is huge. So many of us shy away from challenges because we are afraid of failing. But the truth is, failure is a natural part of success. I tell you, every successful person that I've ever met, and I believe every successful person that you admire, has failed probably more times than you even know. And the key is to see failure not as a reflection of your worth, but as a stepping stone to your growth. Your failure does not reflect your worth. It's actually your badge of honor for taking a stepping stone to your growth. And I remember my first mentor, Jack Canfield, he talks about how he and when he was working on Chicken Soup for the Soul, he and his co-author, Mark Hansen, they went to 144 publishers. They were rejected by 143 publishers before one small publisher finally took that book on. And of course, that book turned into a series that sold more than 500 million copies around the world. But Jack and Mark wouldn't have sold even one copy if they had seen those rejections as the end of the story, or if they had let a fear of failure hold them back. And I think that's incredible to get 144 no's before you get a big yes. That is building your confidence muscle to keep on going. When you shift your perspective from a perspective on failure, you start to see it as feedback, as a teacher. It's not a failure, it's feedback. It's a teacher. You know, what didn't work? What can I do differently next time? Who else can I go to? And that mindset really lets you keep moving forward with confidence, knowing that every setback is just a setup for a comeback. So I'm wondering, does this resonate with you? You know, does this, do you hear some of yourself in this and you go, yeah, I need to know that, or that's true. So if it resonates, click like or a thumbs up below if you're with me, and just keep on watching, because I'm going to share the confidence booster that changed the course of my life from one of constant self-doubt to being a New York Times bestselling author. So that's coming up. All right, let me go into the fourth practical way to boost your confidence, and that is to practice self-compassion. Confidence does not come from being perfect. It comes from being kind to yourself. Whenever something isn't going right, it's always time to bring in self-compassion. I know we all have that inner critic, the one that loves to point out our flaws and our mistakes. But you know what? Here's the thing. Your inner critic does not tell you the whole story. And if you take away nothing else today, I hope you know that this is true. So self-compassion is about turning the volume down on your inner critic and treating yourself with the same kindness and understanding that you would offer a beloved relative or friend. You know, when you are kind to yourself, you create a safe space for growth. And actually, you're giving yourself permission to be human. You're giving yourself permission to make mistakes and to keep on going without beating yourself up. And that is the way that you can move forward faster in life. So a really beautiful way to practice self-compassion is through looking at how you talk to yourself. So whenever you catch yourself being self-critical, pause and replace that critical thought with something that is loving, Something like, I'm doing the best I can, or I'm worthy of love and success just as I am. And these kinds of statements of kindness to yourself, they're simple, but they can make a big difference in how you feel about yourself. All right, the fifth confidence booster is one of my all-time favorites, and that is to surround yourself with positive, supportive people. Confidence is contagious. And when you surround yourself with people who lift you up, who believe in you, and who encourage you, it's really easier to believe in yourself. And I tell you, if I hadn't made a point of connecting myself with some of the best cheerleaders, most inspiring, wonderful people on the planet in the form of my mentors and my friends and my colleagues, I might not have had the courage to actually propose writing Chicken Soup for the Woman's Soul. And I can tell you that I feel so blessed because I have an incredible circle of friends around me who always cheer me on. I don't take them for granted. I'm so grateful for them. And I know how much they contribute to my success in life and to my enjoyment of life. So I want you to take a moment to think about the people in your life. Are they supportive of you? Do they help make you feel more confident? Or do they bring you down? Do they make you question yourself even more? And if you find that you are surrounded by a lot of negativity or people who are dragging you down, it's time to make some changes. So seek out those positive influences, those people who inspire you, who see the best in you, and who really challenge you to grow. In fact, this is a big part of the reason that I created your Year of Miracles program. I wanted to create a supportive community of positive people who are committed to supercharging their dreams and their desires and their intentions, and to really supporting those around them. And we have become this beautiful, large, chosen family, especially for those people who didn't grow up with positive influences in their lives, or for those who still don't have positive influences in their lives. It's particularly important to make sure that you've got people around you who are cheering for you, who are supporting you, and who will really help you go for your dreams. We do not have to go through this life journey alone. So find a mentor, join a community, or even just connect with a friend who's on a similar path. All right, so that's 5. We got 2 more to go. Our 6th confidence booster is to visualize your success. Our minds, they are mind-blowingly powerful. Our minds are really powerful tools, and what we focus on expands. And when you take the time to visualize your success, you're training your brain to believe in what's possible. So right now, for just a moment, close your eyes and imagine yourself achieving one of your goals. See yourself confident and successful and happy. And notice, how does it feel? What does it look like? And really feel it. Visualizing isn't just about dreaming, it's about feeling it, about creating a mental blueprint for your success, and then imagining it and letting it land in your body as though it's real. Wonderful. You can open up your eyes. And what I know is that the more you visualize, the more you're going to start to notice and feel it. You're going to start to see opportunities and ideas and actions that really start to align with that vision. It's like planting seeds in your mind that grow in reality. So finally, the 7th confidence builder is a big one, is to celebrate your wins, big and small. Confidence is built over time. It is one success at a time. But here's the thing. If you are always chasing that next goal, you might miss the progress that you've already made. And then you just feel like you're on this never-ending uphill battle, uphill climb. It's really important Every time you just have even a little tiny win, tiny success, to take time to celebrate that, no matter how small it might seem. And when I say celebrate, I mean really celebrate. Give yourself credit for what you've just done. Maybe you've finished a project, or maybe you've stuck to a new habit, or maybe you've just gotten through a really, really tough day. And I promise you that every win that you acknowledge and you celebrate is a step forward. And every step forward builds your confidence. And you're going to start to really feel, I've got this. I've really got this. I want to share with you that one of our inner circle members in Your Year of Miracles told me that before she joined Your Year of Miracles, she was living her life through other people and for other people. First, she lived her life according to what her parents had wanted her to do or thought she should do. And then later in her life, it was what her husband or her children thought she should do. And she didn't feel confident. She doubted her ability. She just didn't feel like she could really succeed at anything. And she was incredibly hard on herself. And when she lost her job and she got a divorce, she went into this really spiral of self-doubt. She wondered whether she had any purpose in life. And she says that she doesn't know how, but somehow she found Your Year of Miracles, and something inside urged her to join. And during the program, she started searching for her strengths and acknowledging her strengths. And she took the smallest baby steps that were outside of her comfort zone, just those little stretches. And with the support of our fabulous Miracles family, Miracles community, she started celebrating her wins. And she said she started to feel happier and more hopeful again. And a year later, she got certified to be a coach and a happiness trainer. And now she runs a successful business all of her own. She leads workshops. She coaches people on how to live a happier and more fulfilling life. And I think that's incredible. She really, really turned herself and her life around, and her feelings about herself. And that's where it all starts, is inside here. You turn this around and the outside starts to turn around. And I just think that story is such a powerful reminder that confidence is something that you can build over time. It's not about being born perfect or having it all figured out. It's really about showing up and doing the work and believing in yourself a little more every day. And really, the beauty of confidence is that it grows exponentially. The more that you practice these strategies, knowing your strengths, taking action, embracing failure, practicing self-compassion, surrounding yourself with positive people, visualizing your success, and celebrating your wins, the more unshakable your confidence becomes. And I want you to know, I believe in you. I believe if you're here watching this, it's because you know inside you've got it in you. You've got something in you. And that confidence is really a journey. And I tell you, it is one worth taking, because when you build unshakable confidence, you open the door to a life that is filled with possibilities and miracles and joy. And that is what your life is about. That is what our lives, why we're here on this planet. So if this resonates with you and you are ready to embrace more confidence in your life and more joy, then I've got a free workbook that you are going to love. It's called 21 Ways to Raise Your Happiness Set Point. And it contains powerful practices that are distilled from my New York Times bestselling book, Happy for No Reason. And these can really help you increase your capacity to experience more joy in life, more ease, more flow, more of what it is you most want and your heart most desires. So be sure to grab your copy right now before you move on to the next thing on your list. Just click the link to receive your copy. And I just want to thank you for joining me today. As you go out into the world, hold your head high, stand tall, and know in your heart you are capable, you are worthy, you are enough, you are good, and life is here for you. And remember, it's about progress, not about perfection. and every step you take forward is a step in the right direction. I send you my love.